Well, now, Ida,
Look.
we can really go down to my house before and make sure there isn't a big hole in the middle of Bonsai Court.
If this
No
is
house,
that, Gail,
just a big hole.
that's
Why?
the way
Because
it
those kids have been down there for 4 hours.
Okay, dear. I'll
You
tell you what.
sitting, Mark?
yeah, that's where it fits.
Well, I want to tell you something,
No,
Jenny.
it doesn't fit.
Oh, we got a new table.
I wished you wouldn't tell her.
Okay.
Oh, Ralph.
Okay.
Well, all right. Gail, that'll never go in that.
I told
Hand
him
it
that.
to me. It'll never go in that slot.
I told Mark,
Everybody here.
but no
God's sake. Jesus, I don't know. Who
Maybe this is upside down. No, it's not.
This goes on. Now, wait a minute, Mark. This has to be perfection. And
Oh,
that is,
that was the reason. This thing was out of the way.
well, something is wrong.
Wait a minute, Ida. This thing right here has to go in the right angle.
Now, just let's kind of concentrate a little bit, Michael.
well, after 12 years of college, one would think.
Well,
Is
now,
this mine
wait.
or Ralph's?
That's yours, Mark. Now, wait a minute. Is this
I'm glad I don't drink
proper?
like you guys do.
Well,
That's proper. Everything is proper.
Jenny, how do you feel that the school system is, whether the school system is providing the children is enough to be able to come back here and get right back into the groove again?
Well, I'll tell you,
Oh,
you're
look
on a touchy subject now,
I'm
okay?
sorry I mentioned it.
You're talking to the president of the PTA.
The Pusan
The president of the TPA and the president of the American School of the Korean School.
How many
This
members?
Jenny is the president of...
And one of the instructors
She is the instructor and the
of English
president
language.
of
And
Indi...
this is the first year that they've had a high school
well,
operating.
let's face it, they don't know a goddamn thing.
Well, that's it. They don't. Well, they have just had a group that's come over.
I doubt seriously
That
if they have our
they're
problem.
supposed... Now, what's the name of that
Now,
group?
what's that mean?
They had a group come over that's supposed to be the accrediting team to check this school and accredit
Check
it.
the school out and see if
And
it's
you
accredited
should have
so you
heard
can
the-
transfer units.
You
from this
should
high
have
school
heard the
into
kids
other.
telling if it should be a...
Well, they tell me that my little Mark reads like a 12th grader. Well,
And I
I
know
don't know.
goddamn good and well he's a 4th grader.
now these may be the 12th
Now, who
graders.
told you that?
The
I checked him out
California
personally.
State, but I think he reads
Well,
like
really, how is his reading? Have you heard him read?
Ida, let me explain it to
How do
you.
you think?
I will
like a 4th
explain it.
grader.
He checks out as reading as a 12th grader.
Yeah,
He is in the 9th grade.
yeah. I understand.
I
that
would
part.
say his reading ability is about a 7th grader.
In the Appalachian Mountains.
No, as things go, just the way they are, not
Well, things aren't
Appalachians.
going
That's
too good.
confusing.
Have you
usage.
ever got Mark in a summer course of speed
Yes.
reading?
All right, now
Speed reading.
let me show you as an example, Ralph. He passed 9th grade math in summer school
Just
with
get
a
it
C.
to read!
Yeah, the
Now
whole is
flunking the same subject, the very same course, he is failing. And I checked him out today, and he could not do a 4th grade problem.
But 6 months ago he could do that 4th grade problem because I remember him doing it.
There, Mark.
Right, I agree with you, Gail. He could do it, and now he can't do it. But I would say definitely that Mark's reading, he's in the 9th grade. I would say he's about normal, really.
Well, by God, if that's normal, we got reason to worry.
Well, Jesus Christ, you give him Homer to read in the 9th grade
Yeah, I think this
and
is pretty
expect him to
steep for
come
the-
out as a college student. They can't do it.
Yeah,
It's
for
a
Mark
matter of
Jenny,
your
Mark
standard.
is 9th grade and in the low reading grades, low reading class. Now this means they need a little more individual help and they go a little more slowly, but they're reading the
I
Iliad.
think you have teachers that are idiots.
I mean, now I think that there
Really,
must be
Ida.
somewhere
No, they're
a
idiots.
better selection for these kids.
I could take
9th
those same
grade.
kids
9th
and I
grade,
could teach
slow
them.
class.
Yeah.
The Iliad.
I think, like Frank was
They are
saying,
lost. And the
the
teacher
secret of a good student is if he reads. If he doesn't read,
Mark is not a reader.
throw it out. Well, then
Yes,
he's
but
not.
He's not cutting the mustard.
That's the idea
Yes, but
because
then-
he doesn't read.
Yes, but
I-
even if you wanted to read and they gave you the Iliad, this is difficult. This is
You'd
difficult
go out
for
of
your
your
good student.
mind to read the
Yeah,
Iliad.
I
But for the
understand.
child
I
that
understand.
But for the child that needs a subject or predicate and whatever
The
else,
idea is he hasn't been reading since he's been 5. Now your theory is to teach the younger one to start reading and learn to love
Never read
books.
it, Ralph.
If they learn to love
I've
books
seen
and
the older
learn to
children,
read,
Yes, and I was trying to think when I read it, and I believe it was in high school and probably about in my sophomore.
and possibly for the children who
Yeah.
had more skill in reading.
It was not assignment, by the way. It was
Oh, well,
not.
this-
Well, now it is assignment. The first son of a bitchin' thing you read
Was
is the
Hiroshima.
bombing of Nagasaki.
And how the Americans
But you
did
don't
this horrible
read, you
thing.
don't read about the death march of Bataan.
No, it's
And
not, no
God
place
damn
to
it-
be found, yeah.
No, it's not to be found in the high school.
Well, we
And
first
politically, it's immoral,
terrible
it's
thing we did.
sickening,
Yeah.
really.
And then we went on to the Iliad.
And this is what they're teaching in the kids. They teach you how
And he
wonderful
thought when he
Russia
started
is. They teach you how
discussing the Iliad
wonderful
with
well,
you,
that's what
that
Rob
you, the
was
parents,
against.
wouldn't know
They're
what
not-
he was talking about. But
And
he straightened it
frankly,
out.
Ida, the book
I
is
did.
politically trash
Found out I didn't know either.
from what's the word, Ralph? Besides politically,
Ralph,
I'll tell you
from
what
a
it
literary.
is.
Literary, it's
I never
trash,
read it.
and
It's a
politically,
dirty
it's
communist
trash.
plot, I'll tell you
Yes,
what
it is
It's a
communism.
dirty communist plot.
It is communism.
It
My
is,
God.
absolutely. It's a communist plot.
I thought so after I read it, and I'm not inclined to think this way. But I felt that it certainly gave a slant to these. No wonder they burn their draft cards if they start in the younger grades teaching these kids.
It's a
of the
nickel or it's a
atrocities.
dime, and God
They
damn it, you
didn't tell
can't say
about
it's
Iwo
7
Jima, and they
cents.
didn't tell about
I
the
saw it.
Bataan Death March, and there's a lot of things or even Pearl Harbor, the boys that went down in
You
those
never
ships
heard
and never
about
come up again.
one American
That's right.
battle or one American
Victory
one
or-
or autocracy or whatever you want to call a goddamn thing. You never heard one thing
No.
that was done to American boys, but you heard about what
The survivors of Hiroshima.
President
Hiroshima.
Truman did to Japan and what we did to Russia and what we did to
well,
everybody
how
else.
does Marshall feel about it?
He doesn't know. I don't always go into the political aspect
You can't.
because I'm trying to teach him something else, and I don't go into this. But
Well, I tell you, Ida, what Jana said to me, and we had many arguments over the dinner table about whether the teachers are right or, all this jazz.
Yeah.
She said, well, I'll argue with my father at the dinner table. But when it comes time to argue in the classroom,
boy,
I always,
Straight at the end of
nail
the
him.
message.
no, she
Janice
says I
will
always
nail
take
him
my
right to the
father's side.
goddamn wall.
But
I
I tell
think
you, my
she does
always
on
take
my
his
He
side.
does.
Yeah.
No,
And
Janice,
she's an American.
Yeah.
Janice
I'm glad.
wants to see the draft dodgers put in jail, and Berkeley, if you can't, do what you're supposed to, then get out of college, and all that jazz.
I saw a cartoon in today's paper, and the cartoon was picturing the draft board. And the draft board said this: we'll burn his college deferment.
Well, why do the papers?
They
I
want
don't
That's
understand why the
that's
papers
a
go along.
satire on the whole situation. This kid's gonna burn his draft card, they'll burn his college deferment.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
No, it's not a good idea at all. But it's a cartoon, that's what it was meant to be.
Well, look,
Well,
you
think
can't
a lot of
cut it
times
any
the
other
kids
way.
are
There have
rebelling
been
against
American
it. A lot of
boys
times
that lost
they
their
only
lives,
rebel
never
when
had
they
a
get
chance.
Get out.
They never got out of their teens.
Yeah.
And I do think
Yeah.
the older you get, the
Oh,
more you...
Johnny was, how old was John when he died?
Oh shit, he was just 23 and he joined the army at 19 and
Yeah.
the Navy.
He didn't even know what life was for Christ's
No, the poor dear.
sake. And they'll tell you about the bombing of Nagasaki.
Yeah, well, this.
And you should have read it. I read the son of a bitchin' thing and it was trash.
Trash, yeah.
It was
You didn't go
trash.
to school and raise hell on it, huh?
I
But
didn't
we got
mention
so
it
much
to him.
help
I
going
had
to
so many
that
other
school.
things going. I didn't
Yeah.
mention that, Ida.
Yeah.
But if there had been an
You
argument, I'd
might
have brought
mention
it up.
this, if you ever get around to mentioning that the subject was properly called social science when it first started out.
They got it in
And
the
subsequent-
English course.
They subsequently
That's
changed it
what
to
they-
social studies.
Well, why
That's what
don't
they
you
put
go
in
there
English,
yourself
Ralph.
and put up a house?
Ralph, this is
Just
what...
because you don't have a
Who do you think
teenager.
originated the howl in this community?
Well, you didn't at VFW.
What are they doing reading the story
Well,
of Nagasaki
I
or
don't-
Hiroshima in
We have to
English?
tell them
Right, right.
that just because the Scallons are gone, we now got the fields to
They've
pick
even
up the cause.
they've even taken
Right
out
now,
our social
yeah.
sciences and they feed it to these kids,
This is just a
ninth
family
grade kids,
affair, huh?
little
Watch out.
14-year-old pipsqueaks, and
Ralph
they feed
used
it
to
to
go
them
to
in
a
English.
shop.
They feed it to them in metal shop. They feed it to them